Alright, so we started to take the door panels off. Yeah, I have the door panel removal tool and it does work wonders. But there is a bit of rust you can see here that ended up, I don't know where that came from, but there is a huge amount of rust here I gotta get rid of. And I hope it's not anything huge. Some rocks and dirt. This must have been in the mud. So here are the door panels here that we took off. They were pretty much trashed. We'll do our best to try to go over them and see what we can do, but we'll have to do the best that we can with these. Again, I've numbered them. I've taken a system to number those. Also the door handles, we've numbered and we're cataloging it in this red book here. Problem is though, we have a situation where we've got some door handles that, or window cranks, that are sort of sealed on here and frozen on here. I can't get this off. There's two over there that I can't get off. The ones in the back came off pretty easily. And let me tell you, those armrests were gross. They stink, they smell. Don't know what we can do about those. Some of them might be salvageable, but I'll show you right here. We've got one here that might be semi-salvageable here. Okay. We've got like the ashtray here, but we've got another one here because there's no ashtray on these. Are the front ones, and as you can see, there were a bunch of critters that started snacking on this. So we're gonna have to try to get new ones of those. Again, the interior is almost, besides the dashboard here, the interior is almost gutted. Okay, still have that upper column molding there that I have to get off, but everything else is ready to be cleaned, and I think we're ready for a nice little wash, and then we're gonna have to do some wire brushing and get it ready for some pour 15. Okay guys, so that's where we are. I will have more a bit later. Thank you so much. Alright, bye. Okay, as you can see over there, we had a screw with our head, with the head strip, but we were able to get that out with a pair of vice grip pliers. Now what we have here, let me show you. I've got some screws here that really don't even resemble screws. They're just rusted right into the metal. I don't know how we're going to get those out. I might have to sawzall those out. And here's another one that's practically seized. And I think if I go to it with the screwdriver a little bit too much, I'm going to strip it. So I need to get these inner rocker panels out so I can do the floor. As you can see, we've got some things here. Yeah, this is the tunnel again, so hopefully we get somebody to come and fix this. Alright, we'll talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, so just note that along this channel here at the bottom over here, there look to be seam sealer. So you've got this little seam sealer here, and then you've got this little additional piece of the windlace that is like a molding. It's got rubber in it, but it is, as you can see, it's cloth, but there's like a rubber rubber filling in there. Okay, so I've got the windlace off. Now it looks like it was tacked right over here, that there's a tack tacking that in when the windlace goes in the headliner. So this is what's left of the original headliner, which is all moused up. Alright, so again we have this little rubber seal here. It's not really a seal, it's like a little decorative thing that keeps the thing out, and then that's kind of how it sits in this molding here. You can see it's a little bit behind it. You can see it's kind of tucked away in there. So I'm gonna have to pull this whole thing out and hope I can remember how to put it together. I'm gonna look for the tack on the other side so I could see that. Alright, on to the next. Okay, so as you can see, this what do they call it? This oh look, there's a little moth. I wonder if that's good or bad omen here. But anyway, This little piece of windlace molding is all rusted out. I don't even know if they even make this. I've been looking online for a 1959 and they just do not have it. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. All right, maybe a 58 will work. 57, I've seen those, but not a 59. All right, bye. On to the next.
It's going to take a lot of tickling because either I got to back up or go forward.
All right, we are trying to remove the engine and transmission here. Gary is our automotive surgeon, as we like to call him. We've got the car propped up here with the jack on the side frame member here. And of course, all this crap here is a lot of rodent excrement, nests, whatever you call. And you didn't have to pay extra for that. That came with the car, so you didn't pay extra for it.
The rust was additional.
Rust was additional, right? Yes. So you can see there's a lot of... All right, here we go. The big moment is here. We are about to yank this 394 engine out. We got the transmission hooked in the back as well, right over there. And we're just about ready to get to the next part. I will update you when we are finished pulling. Okay, well, we've got the engine out right now. As you can see, we're looking at straight floor. We did have a little problem with transmission fluid that we have to get cleaned up, of course. But this is what we're looking at with the cabin now empty.
Yeah, the engine's got some miles. I think it was 58,000. I could double check.
Okay.
But, you know, you don't have to worry about this up here. And that's no lip. That's nothing. So there's no wear. It's
Right.
really good, man. Hopefully the compression is good. Everything is good. All right? You don't have to worry about... Look how clean these are. Usually, look, my fingernail's taking it off.
Yeah.
So that means she was firing good. Now
Right.
I got dirty finger. So you don't want to go crazy on that. You want to pull this off. You want to polish your thing out. You want to clean that. You know,
Right.
clean it up, prep it.
Right.
So the more air and gas you get in it, the more horsepower, the more pressure, the more torque you're going
Right.
to get in horsepower.
Right.
So being the size of these valves, that's why you're getting these. You see the size of them?
Yeah.
Today, modern engines have 4 valves per cylinder. They're smaller,
Right.
but the 2 valves will probably equal somewhat of that.
Right.
But meaning you got a torque monster on your hands. You know,
Right.
stock factory when it came out, I think it was 285 horse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, 3 something. I'm not sure, but that's irrelevant
Right.
because if you want, prior to we slapping it all together, what you could do, which I'm going to give somewhat. I don't want to frighten you off, but I would recommend, being it's open, we're going to take this off. You're going to do the gasket anyway. Once you take that off, take the timing chain off. We'll check the slack on the chain. If you want to
Okay.
go with the chain, it's $28. Chain and gears, brand new.
Okay.
I'm not trying to frighten you.
Right.
Cam and lifter set, you could go with an aftermarket Iskandarian standard, just a little more lift, a little more lope. It'll give it a little more. Nothing crazy.
Right.
It's not going to be.
Right.
It'll be, you get, you know, it'll take whatever you give it.
Right.
You know, because but you know.
So it needs a cam and lifter set.
Well, I didn't look all the lobes over, but what happens is these wear after time. But if you go with a cam and lifter set, because we're going to be taking this off anyway, because we're going to do the timing chain cover and the gasket. So that's coming off. That's no big deal.
Right.
But I didn't give you the Summit book, huh? I thought I gave you the Summit magazine.
No, I have the Classic Industry.
Okay, don't go by that because they're like 4 times as much. I'm just throwing numbers at you and ideas.
Okay.
Okay. Being you're in there here this way, I would recommend you could probably get a full. I got a Lunati Bracket Master 2 on my other engine, and it was sweet. But now, the bigger the bore, meaning like a 350, 400, the 428, 421 gets bigger as it goes.
Right.
The larger the cubic inch, the cam is more mellower. So if you take, if you take like a 285 duration with a 310 lift, meaning the lift, meaning how high this lobe goes, how much it pushes that lifter up and pushes the rod to open the valve. You could take that cam and put it in the 350, and it would be. You take it and put it in 400, it'd be smoother.
Right.
Because it absorbs it.
Right.
There's really no parameters. You could put what you want in it.